get to them, the truck, that's their job.
You know what's almost hearing you say this and like, thanks so much for your time, Tony, too. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. This is like an honor.
Oh, thanks,
Kidding me?
Yeah.
You guys are pioneers. You know, you're the millennial pioneers with entertainment these days. I think you changed the whole scene.
Oh, well, I think it's like people we got to find more humans that have the best stories, you know? Exactly. It was so crazy. We're coming to New York and we just get an email from you the other day that you had seen that we put out a thing about looking for somebody that works in a fire department. And my producer, Zach, forwards it to me. He's like, can you believe this guy, we're going to be there? I was like, wow, he seems really interesting. So
I think it was meant to be.
Hey, I think so too. And I think I was about to say, I think it was meant to be that your first fire didn't have nobody was in it. Yeah. Because that could have been super scary, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Take me through like some of the times where there was somebody in there. Like how much of a different scenario is that? Is the energy different when you get there? Who lets you know if somebody's in there, or do you even know? Like, take me through that process of like right when you get there, and then take me into one of like a fire where it was inhabited.
Well, this one fire where we lost this little girl, and that one really hurt me a lot because we got to the apartment, and my lieutenant, he was a little Irish guy, the bravest guy I've ever met, Lieutenant Maloney. And I would chase him up to the door, the caller, and he would knock on the door with his little crowbar. Fire department, open the door. You know, he'd sound like some cartoon, you know, the Irish brogue. So these people open the doors, and we walk in, and there's the card table sitting there. There are about 8 people playing cards. They're eating. We're standing in the kitchen, the 3 of us, and we're like, my lieutenant says, well, what the hell, did you call the fire department? So they're looking up. They're like, yeah, I think something's burning in the back. It was a big apartment. So we're like looking at each other. Something burning in the back. What the hell is this? So now we go down the hallway. My lieutenant's cursing under his breath. You know, he's like, all these motherfuckers talking fucking shit.
Yeah, they're still playing cards.
So now
cards is fun, though. Cards can be fun.
They were. But we get into the living room, and there's like these French doors. I don't know if you know the French doors, probably from...
is it like that kind of?
They're glass paneled, and they're like 2 doors you open to a room. They're called French doors.
And you think there's going to be somebody French in there, but there ain't.
Yeah, no French people
in there. There never is, dude. No. There never is. Typical French. You'll send the doors, we'll be there. They're not. Typical French.
So anyway, I opened the French door, and the room is on fire. We're like, holy shit. Close the door. We get down on our knees, start putting our masks on, and we're calling 1075. That means we got a working fire. He's telling the battalion, you know, the engine now, they're coming up with the line. So right before they got the line, I says, all right, guys, it's right here. I put my mask on. I said, showtime. And I went to open the French doors, and I get a call over the handy-talkie. There's a kid in the room. My friend, the OV, is with the mother out in the street. Oh. So now we bust into these doors. They're hitting, thank God we had the water, hitting them, and I'm frantically looking for this kid in the dark and black smoke. I'm on the bed. I'm feeling all over the bed. I gotta find this kid.
And is it mostly feeling? How far can you see?
You don't see anything. You don't put tape over your eyes. It's nothing.
And you're feeling with gloves on too.
Yeah, sometimes gloves. Sometimes you forget your gloves, but yeah.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Back then we were like less equipment, better. You want to get in. You want to get out quick too.
No, that sounds like a guy who forgot his equipment. That's always
put air in the can.
Yeah, put some air in your can, Tony. That's always that guy's excuse. You know,
exactly.
But that's a great attitude to take. Like, nah, guys, if there's air in this can, we're gonna have to be here all afternoon.
Yeah.
We're in and out of this.
I could have probably put it out with the can, but anyway, so the engine, I'm in there, I'm going around, and finally I'm going around the wall, and I could feel I'm under the bed, feeling around, trying to find this kid, and I get to a window, I break the window out, and I look out the window, and I see my irons man that was with me. He's in the street with the kid, a limp kid, you know, and they taking the kid, they open the battalion car door, they go in there, and they rushed off the Columbia Presbyterian.
How'd the kid get out?
No, he carried. She was unconscious.
Oh, he found her.
She didn't make it. She didn't. The kid was dead. Unfortunately, she was burnt. They tried to revive her at the hospital, but it didn't work. So I'm overhauling now, and I see my lieutenant, and I said, I just saw Jeff in the street with the kid. He's like, Anthony, the kid was right there behind the door. And I was like, oh, I was crushed, man. I shut that door. I felt like I killed that kid, you know? So we go to Presbyterian. Oh, so before we leave, now the deputy shows up because now we got a 1045, which is a body. And he's like, well, what happened here? And we're in this apartment. The people are still playing cards. So my lieutenant says, well, we came up to the apartment. And I said, I'll tell you what happened. And now the deputy looks at me, you know. I go, you see these motherfuckers over here? I said, they didn't bother to fucking tell us there might be a kid in that back room. And I'm throwing F-bombs at him. And the deputy says, Lieutenant, you better control your man. So the boss puts his arm around my shoulder. He says, come on, Anthony. He called me Anthony. That's Anthony in a brogue. Anthony, let's go down to the street, you know. And we went down to the street and we went and we picked up my friend Jeff at the hospital. I said, how'd they make out with the kid? He said they were trying to revive her. They were bringing her to the burn center. Oh. So that was the last we heard of her. But
there's no way you could have known that, right? Because you go in and the kid was hiding behind the door.
Who would think? You'd think somebody would tell us there could be a kid back there.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Oh, man.
Do you ever find out why they wouldn't let you know what was going on there?
I guess there was like an SRO bid or something. They were renting out that little back room to this woman and her child, you know. So it was pretty bad. And I had a few of those. I mean, right after I was getting over with that one, I got another one where we showed up without our masks on because it was the middle of the day.
Yeah, no, I get it.
There was nothing showing. We get out, and the guy says, hey, they're working on the oil burner all day. And we had a lot of oil burners, you know, they would smoke up. So we're like, 1020 says on the box, which means all the other companies take your time, don't blow the red lights and shit. So now we're heading up to the stairs to the caller's apartment. It's, you know, forcible entry team, me, Lieutenant Clipper, and this guy, Jimmy Lynch. And we get to the door, and the woman opens the door, and we go in the apartment, and it's like a slight smoke condition in there, but slight. So we're like, what do we have here? So my boss says, he was a smart fireman. He was from Rescue 2. He said, I think we got something above us. Usually it's below us, you know. But this, I guess, because the smoke was so light. So now we get up, we don't have no masks or nothing. We get to I see smoke coming out of the doorway, you know, the locked door in the hallway. So I turn around, I donkey kick the door open, like 3 kicks, it kicks open, and we got a black wall of smoke. We're like, holy shit. Now we got, after the 1020, we got to give a 1075, which means now we have a fire.
Oh.
So now we're crawling in.
No masks.
No masks. We're on our bellies.
Was it better or worse without a mask in this?
Worse.
It was worse.
Yeah.
Because you could feel the heat?
Yeah. You know, back in the day when they didn't wear masks, like in the 60s and the 50s, everything was wood and cotton. Then once the 60s and 70s and everything's vinyl and plastic and it's a whole different smoke, you know, it's poisonous. So it gets you quick.
That's a great point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Back then you could suck the cotton and the wood, you know.
Yeah, it's like, you were
like smoking a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Or
you're like, hell, shit, I wish somebody had a couple tobacco plants in here. I'd crawl around for another 2 minutes in here.
Exactly. That's what it was like.
And things would burn slower back then too, wouldn't they?
Well, back then, yeah. But plastics will take off a lot faster.
God.
So anyway, he crawls in, and we're like, oh, shit, we got to go in. Jimmy goes in ahead of him, and I'm the last guy in. We're like almost on our bellies crawling in, and I hear the horrible words, we got bodies. I'm like, oh, my God. Now we got to give 1045s. So we had 1020. That means don't come. Take it easy getting there. Now we went 1075. Now we got 2 1045s, 2 bodies. So with that, I get a body, a little girl come, they pass it back to me. And I like shimmy out of the apartment.
Because you don't know if she,
I don't know any, I can't see nothing yet. I still can't see nothing until I get to the stairwell. I knew I had a kid in my arms. I see it's a little girl, you know, the face is all darkened. So now I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to run her down to the EMS is going to take her in the street. And I go running down to the street and there's nobody there. And all the people are screaming, you know, they're yelling and screaming. And I'm holding this kid and I'm looking around because we gave the 1020.
Hey, take your time.
There was nobody there yet.
Yeah, they're at the malt shop.
I put the kid down. I do CPR on this little girl. And I put her down. I cup her head. And I pretty much, all I knew was like a 15 and 2. You know, you get 2 breaths into her and then you give her 15. And this went on for like 10 minutes before I got relieved. And the sound that she was making when the air would come out, they call it machine gun breath because it's like, and the smell, because I had the smell of the burnt lips. So finally somebody came over and they started taking over, and then the EMS came. After 10 minutes, they let me go. So now I'm walking around the sidewalk.